Hello everyone, this is Thomas Merrick, and welcome back to Let's Megamek with the FWLM. I've went ahead and advanced a day since last you've seen. Got us to Monday. No new personnels. And looking over here to see what I've done. I've been trying to decide how best to handle the repair portion of the festivities here. And the problem I'm running into is this is very tedious to watch because I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm concentrating on what I'm doing and kind of being very meticulous about going down the list. So what I pretty much do when I do the Hornet and Wasp and so forth is, or just any of these mechs in general, is I'll go in here. A lot of the times, especially like these target numbers are kind of ridiculous. Like getting this jump jet repaired on this Wasp is a target number of 9 with a green dude, and that's at the times 4 extra time. So I can only do so much per turn, and I generally want to use green techs before I kind of go down the list here to maximize my odds of actually fixing something. I think I've mentioned this before. The way it works is if I have a green guy try it and he fails, then I have to use a regular or above. I can't just keep trying to redo it with a green tech. So, and that goes on up the list like a regular one. If I fail, a veteran or elite has to do it. If the veteran fails, then elite has to do it. And if the elite fails, then it has to be completely replaced. And in some cases, I think it does permanent damage. I think it actually is a campaign option. Well, maybe not. I was thinking there's an option where if you do the repair roll, but it's like I think that is the margin of error, and I don't have that turned on, so I don't have to worry about that. But I was going to say that there's a rule where if you hit like a margin of error of 0 or -1 or something like that, it's a partial repair, which does some wonky things. But I don't like the margin of error rules. So instead we're using this tiered approach where, if a green can't do it, a regular. Now if I start with like a regular, well then the veteran or elite can do it. So that's why I want to maximize my odds. If you start with a green tech, you get basically 4 rolls to try to fix something. Of course, obviously here, this elite guy would get a target number of 6 to fix this 4 times, or extra time times 4. Now the way the extra time works is the more time you take, the more your bonuses. So if times 4 extra time, it gives you a +3 bonus. And then you can also do the rush to do the exact opposite. It takes, like down here, 1/8 of the time, but you get a +3 to your modifier. So that's a 6-point swing. So if I tried to rush job this with an elite, I'd have to roll a 12. I don't know why that would ever be a good idea. And it's probably one of those things where we're in the wrong era to really deal with this. And we're in a field workshop too. So what I'm going to likely do is do a time lapse, kind of the same way I do during the missions, and give you this background. That way, if you want to watch this, you can just see what I'm doing. I'll kind of give a little overview of what I'm prioritizing. Right now, the Hatchetman is pretty much a very low priority because I'm waiting, I don't remember how many days. Some of this is kind of lost footage. I did record some of this, but it got lost, unfortunately. Oh, and this also, I went ahead and hired a mechanic. There's something strange with the personnel market. I can no longer I can't hire people. I don't know if that's because of, it's probably an ATB rule I'm not familiar with. So we're going to have to play that by ear, and I'm kind of regretting not getting some of those mech warriors on the way here. But we'll just roll with it. It could just be a matter of here we're on Monday and I just didn't roll anything. Because I do seem to remember you can't do the paid rolls while you're under a contract. So maybe I just got unlucky and didn't get anything. But in the meantime, I did go ahead and just grab a mechanic. Just because, I mean, I only have one mechanic. She's a veteran. I just randomly rolled it. But we do have tanks and so forth I'm going to need to take apart. And she's not appearing in the bay here, but I think that it's only because I had her show up today. But if assuming she'll show up tomorrow, I will probably just concentrate on disassembling some of these mechs, and I'll start working, just have her start working on repairing this, but there's a very low priority because we don't have anybody to drive this tank anyway. In the meantime, I do want to go ahead and prioritize the command lance down here. I think I've got everything already fixed up on them though, other than maybe some, I guess Wasp 1A has something wrong with it. Let's see here. Yeah, just some small armor and this jump jet. We'll get these fixed, and then that lance will be ready to go. And what I'm likely to do is the Stinger is pretty tore up. Basically, it's missing both arms. Interesting that I can repair the armor on that when they're missing. But I'm likely to repair this other Wasp, get it back in order, and I will use it and probably have this piloting that Wasp instead of the Stinger. But that still kind of leaves us with this Hatchetman out of commission for about a month. Unless I just do another roll of the die and buy another torso. What's this here? Warehouse turret. This is kind of messed up a little bit. Well, I know I don't have a turret, and I guess a left leg. I think this left leg is in. I don't know what this is. Part status damaged. In transit. There we go. Mech left torso, or right torso. Okay, yeah, here's the. It's a 45 tonner. It's in for 48 days. Let's go ahead and roll the dice. And if we get an extra torso, then so be it. But I don't want this to be down for like a month and a half because I have nothing to replace it with. Unless I want to like fix up this Hornet and then just have a really light lance for our battle lance. I don't want to do that. So let me go ahead. It's target number 4. This shouldn't be that hard. Let's roll the die. Delivered in 56 days. Yeah. I'm just getting really unlucky with the time because that was a -4 margin of error. That's so she shaved off 4 weeks on the total thing and still got a 56 days. Or she, it's a he. So let me worry, guy. I'm still thinking the Stingray is where it's a she. So I mean, he's doing his job. It's just we're getting really unlucky with where the parts are originating. So I've got 2 of those coming. I mean, you know, we'll have 2 torsos, 2 right torsos, and it looks like we're just gonna have to wait this 48 days, 56 days. It's interesting. It doesn't take up any tonnage, so we can have extra to these, and it doesn't really take up cargo space. That seems strange to me, but whatever. And we can always sell it back. Well, but before I go into the time lapse, do want to go ahead and show you the next mission. We have another chase with a defender, this time with a scout lance. This is Hawkeye's. Hawkeye's turn to do basically what Zaku Warrior did with arguably a weaker lance. The scout lance is not going to have the one-shot stopping power of like this Hatchetman or Bombardier or Hunchback. I guess the Hatchetman doesn't really have that whole lot of stopping power, but instead, I think they're of equivalent tonnage though. 180. So this is slightly, even with a 5th mech, it's just 10 tons lighter. So this is going to be a little bit harder to do, although I don't think there isn't as many mechs this time. There's a lot of these AC2 Vedettis, Scorpion Light Tank. We've dealt with those. Wasp, Locust, Stinger, Vulcan. I guess there is 4 mechs. And then there's going to be reinforcements of 2 Shadow. I didn't see that. 2 Shadow Hawks, a Harasser missile platform, LRMs, and what's this? Prowler multi-terrain vehicle. I'd have to look those up. Let's go ahead and look them up. I don't know. I think they're mediums. Harasser. There we go. It's light. Harasser missile platform. LRM. Okay. $25-ton missile platform has an LRM-10 on a turret. Okay, and the other one is a Prowler. Succession Wars. There we are. This is a 55-ton tank, LRM-10, 2 medium lasers, and SRM-2. Goes 4.6. So the reinforcement lance on this is a heck of a lot scarier than the last one. Interesting to see how Hawkeye deals with this. In fact, I'm kind of wondering if we don't want to try to flub up a reroll here. See, it's going to be flat terrain, dusk till dawn. That's a +1 target 2-hit modifier. Sandy hills. It's going to be kind of a desert area then. Kind of a flat rolling hills, not very much elevation terrain, not much cover. In the clear. You know, I think I want to try to reroll where we are. Light urban, town generic. Okay, that's very similar to the last area. So, player starts. The player starts in the south. Must prevent enemy from reaching the north edge. Where does the pirate start in the south and the player starts in the south? That's interesting. Wasn't that way for the defender, was it? No, I guess it was. Oops. Oh well. It's a chase, not a breakthrough, I guess. Well, so be it. That's the way it's going to be. So this happens on the 19th, which will be tomorrow. So I'll do repairs today. I'll probably do repairs tomorrow. Fortunately, there's nothing really I need to do for the Scoutland, so it's good to go. So all we're doing is just basically getting caught up on our repairs here. Excuse me one moment. Sorry about that, I had a little cough. So let's go ahead and start the time compression here. I'll see you on the other side. I'll probably go ahead and just finish out the video once I'm ready to get a hold of Hawkeye's, and we'll start up with his mission, which I will probably record again, but I'll talk more about that when we get there. Well, here I was ready to stop the video, and then I just got to thinking about that Hatchet Man a little bit more. And the unit market still has these mechs in it. And I'm wondering, then if I buy a mech here, I'm still gonna be a roll of the dice to see how long it'll take. But I'll be right as of right now, we're looking at a month and a half before I can use this Hatchetman. And the Stinger, I think I can go ahead and change him. But I'm looking and I'm seeing 2 mechs here. We have almost 9 million funds, and I probably could sell some as extraneous, like one of those tanks, just to get a little bit extra money if we need it later on. And I am looking at two mechs. I'm looking at this Trebuchet 5J and this Ostrock. Why is that 6R so expensive? It must be the engine just really... I don't know. I don't know why the Ostrock is so expensive. Or I'm sorry, the Wolverine. Oh, because of the 125%. Okay, yeah, though. Okay. That was another reason I was looking at these two. That's 105%. So we're paying a little bit more for them. Now, honestly, I'm leaning a little bit more towards this Trebuchet. Mainly because this Ostrock has 3 large lasers, which is nice, but it only has 15 heat sinks. It is quick though, 5.8. Of course, the Trebuchet is 5.8 and can jump 5. So I'm very heavily leaning towards this Trebuchet here. It's an expensive Stinger. And yeah, these black marker ones, we aren't in that dire of straits yet. It's a lot of money. It's basically half our money either way we go. I think I am going to go ahead and try on this Trebuchet. Let's see what kind of time to acquire we got here. 49 days. Pretty much it'll arrive the same time that torso will. Alright, well, we got another mech on our way. So, just wanted to go ahead and pop in here at the end of the video here and show that. So, actually, in fact, I think I will splice this in before the time lapse, because I don't think everybody's going to want to watch that time lapse. So, we'll see you in the next battle.